Some Nigerian businesses today think that dancing for likes, jumping on every social media trend, and looking for ways to go viral quickly is a social media strategy. And let me be the first person to tell you that that is not true. That's just vibes. Okay? I have an e-commerce store that has done 43 million naira in sales revenue, and 33% of that amount came from social media. It came from Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make money on social media as a business owner, where you create content that converts into sales without a huge following. Now, let me kick this off by saying that every social media platform just wants one thing. Every social media platform wants this one thing, and that's to keep you and I on their particular platform for as long as possible. And the reason why they do this is because the longer you and I spend on that platform, the more advertisers will spend money to show their ads on that platform. So that's how the social media platforms make money. So if you want to succeed on a particular social media platform, the answer is very simple. Just create content that keeps viewers on that particular platform longer than everybody else's content, and social media, that particular social media platform will reward you. There's a brand called Vitamins or something like that. I think they focus a lot on beauty products. Now, majority of their content focuses on engaging their target audience and kind of educating them about their products in a edutainment type of way. So for example, you will find a picture or a video or a carousel talking about a particular shade of, let's say, lip gloss, but how you can use it in different styles, how the ingredients in this lip gloss are, natural ingredients, things like that. In a nutshell, your goal with social media is to make sure that you are creating, I would say, 60 to 70% of content that engages your customers, your target audience or your primary audience, and then 30% of that content kind of converts them into buyers or sellers. Don't do 50-50 or 70-30 where you're focusing a lot on sales-led content. The reason I'm telling you this is people don't want to be sold to when they come and open social media. They want to engage with their friends, their families, their celebrities, and key influences. Become a key influence in their life, and they will give you money. Now, we know what every social media platform wants, right? Good. How do we use that to our advantage? The first thing we want to do is we want to answer this question: how your business makes money. And when I say how your business makes money, I'm not talking about social media. We already know how their business makes money. I'm talking about your business, my business. How do we make money? Whether we are product-based or service-based. And the reason why this is important is because when you do start to create content, you want to make sure that you are creating content that is relevant to your business. And I'll give you 2 examples to explain what I mean. We have somebody that sells a car, right? They run a car dealership. And we have another person that bakes cakes. The person that sells cars, we need to understand that how their business makes money is when people go to the car dealership to test drive the car and then purchase the car. Now, they need to create content where people would see that they have a car dealership. They can see the location of that car dealership. And when they reach out to them, they then want to say, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. I would come to your car dealership to test drive the car. And if it's good, if it's something I want, I will pay for it. That's how that business makes money. So when they're creating content, their car dealership is always going to, depends on their business, but their car dealership should be in focus of majority of the content that they make, because that's how they make money. If there's no car dealership, they're just wasting their time. They're just entertaining us on social media, right? Now let's move on to the person that makes cakes. The person that makes cakes, they can sell via WhatsApp. They can sell via Instagram DMs. They can sell via their e-commerce store. They can sell via phone calls. They have multiple ways they can make sales without somebody coming to inspect or see the product, right? That's just how their business is set up. So when they are creating content, they have multiple ways to get customers to engage with their business to make a purchase. Understand how your business makes money, and then understand which elements of that business you need to make sure is in your content. So the address of your car dealership, that goes into your bio, things like that. Your WhatsApp phone number, your your website address, your send me a DM, all those things. If you're running a cake shop or any kind of business that is relatable to that goes into your bio. Okay? The next thing I want you to do now is answer the question of who needs my product? Not who wants my product, or who needs my product. Okay, the person that needs your product is ready and willing to make a purchase once they see your content on social media. If you try to focus on people that want your product, you might have people that would say, well, this is nice, I will come back later. But people that need your product, immediately they are looking to patronize you, and it's best that you understand who those people are. And I'll give you a story, a personal story. So growing up, I used to have this skin situation called Eila. Again, I don't even know the English word of Eila. So people say it's similar to eczema, but the thing is, it's different in a way where it's not caused by dirt. I bath very regularly, but it's more like how do I explain this? It's something where my uncle had it, right? My uncle had it, so I had it. And again, the gist of it is there are particular soaps that I can't use. Like once I use those soaps, half of my body and my skin gets very irritated. So I literally have like 2 shades of color once I use certain soaps. Growing up, this was a struggle because I would use my soap will finish, and then again, as a young boy, you'd be like, oh, let me borrow your soap. And once I borrow the soap, all of a sudden my body starts to itch, and once that itch starts, I know that okay, this thing is on the way, it's coming. Anyways, long story short, I went through a lot of soaps, and the only soap that worked for me was Dudu Oshu. Now, Dudu Oshu is not sponsoring this video, obviously, right? But I've been using Dudu Oshu for years, and guys, as you can see, I buy it in packs just to show you how important it is to me. Now, I tell you this fantastic story to say that when you are creating content for people on social media, Dudu Oshu, again, can create content for a lot of people. But imagine if a soap comes to compete with Dudu Oshu, and they say they are better than Dudu Oshu, but they target the same things, or they provide the same quality. So for example, one of the things is with black soap, it dries your skin a lot. So you have a lot of dry skin when you bath with black soap. So again, I have to use Aveeno, things like that, right? I'm giving you guys my skincare routine. If a new soap was to come out today and they say, you know what, this black soap doesn't dry your skin, because I need it, and I don't want to, I'm their target audience, basically. I'm your primary target audience. I'm somebody that needs that particular product. I am willing, excited, and ready to learn more about the product. I'm most likely purchase on the spot once I see the content on social media, right? I've used my personal story to kind of show you why it is important for you to focus on who exactly needs your product. Not wants your product, needs your product. You're a small business. You don't have the capacity or the range or the resources to create content for so many people. So make sure you create content that is hitting the nail on the head. Now, when it comes to content, you're going to create just these four. Everything you create always falls into these 4 basic pillars. So the first one is product association. Now with product association, you are basically creating content that is associated with your products. Let me use the cake example again. So you're somebody that bakes cakes, and you bake children's cakes. So cakes for their birthdays, things like that. Captain America just came out. You can create content where you are showcasing how you make a birthday cake that is inspired by Captain America. The next one is your founder stories. So founder stories or behind the scenes of your business, right? Now, basically, you're just going to show your face. A lot of people today want to know the owner of the business because it's social media for a reason. It requires social connection. Okay, so if your social media is your key content channel or your key sales channel, you might have to show your face. If you don't show your face, it's fine. Build a persona of some sort. So that's a bit tricky, but there's Duolingo. Duolingo built a persona for their social media platform. It's easier for you to just show your face. It's just easier. So people don't want to show their face, and I get it. Trust me, I do. So in that scenario, what you then want to do is show behind the scenes content. So are you packaging somebody's delivery? Are you handing delivery off to what's it called now? To a rider? Are you making the product? So if you make candles, you don't need to show your face in candles. You can just show your candle making environment where you make your candles. The next one is your POVs. So your POVs, customer reviews, testimonial videos, things like that, UGC videos, things like that. Now POVs basically stand for point of view, right? So a lot of content you're going to make will revolve around this. In fact, most of your content will revolve around POVs and product associations, because that's how you most times engage consumers. So your POV will basically be somebody talking about how they use your product, or how your product transformed their life, or how your product brought a certain result, things like that. One thing I want you to do for me, please, I beg of you, is when you are creating POV videos or POV content, make sure that your product is in use. Okay? Don't say something like, this soap is amazing, and you don't show the before and after of how somebody experienced this particular product. You get what I'm saying? So let it actually show a transformation or a result in each content that you create that is POV, testimonial, reviews related, things like that. And then last but not least, you have your sales promotion ideas, or your sales promotion content. Now, with your sales promotion content is literally that you want to promote what you're selling. So do you have a 30% off ongoing? Is Black Friday coming? That's typically how you want to introduce your business and create social content online. Every single thing that you hear, whether you hear content pillars, you hear all these amazing things, they all fall into these same 4 key social buckets. You want to then, the best way for you to do this is pick any of these pillars or these content buckets, but make sure that you create content that you can post at least 5 times a week. In the past, I used to say, post 3-4 times a week, things like that, you'll be fine. But the truth of the matter is, competition is so stiff right now. Everybody's online. I was reading a report where 107 million Nigerians are online, and this e-commerce space is about to do 33 billion naira. Is it naira or dollars? I can't remember. I hope it's dollars, so that means I'll collect my own share. But yeah, they're about to do 33 billion in 2020 by 2026. So there's a lot of competition. A lot of people are coming to this space. A lot of people are seeing the impact and the relevance of these things, and you want to be a key player, right? You want to be a key player. So don't just do the barest minimum, right? Again, I'm telling you that do 5 to 7 posts a week, which is 1 a day. But if possible, if you can do 2, if you can do 3, please go for it. Remember, I told you that these platforms, they just want you to help them keep people engaged and on the platform for as long as possible. That's your job, right? If you do it right, there are certain ways you can sell your market and target your business and make some money as well. That way, it's a win-win for everybody. The social media platform owners, they keep their consumers engaged longer. The consumers enjoy the content that you are showcasing better. And then you, the business, they buy from you and purchase from you continuously. See? It's a win-win situation for everybody. Now, at some point, you're going to have to start running ads, okay? Especially if it's Instagram. Now, I suggest you watch this video here, because in this video, I highlight the common problems that we've all faced when it comes to running Instagram ads, and how to avoid these problems and successfully build your business when you start running ads.